Michael Shank is with the Institute for Economics and Peace, a non-profit research organization, and joins us here in the studio. Michael, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Is this a lot of hot air noise we're hearing intended to intimidate Iran, or is this a calculated strategy to soften public opinion, both here in the United States and around the world, ahead of a strike?
I think the latter. The way we generally approach war with Iraq, with Afghanistan, now with Iran, you surface the idea, see how people respond. I think Israel's quite serious. They've hit Syria before, they've hit Lebanon before, they've hit Palestine before. Their plan is to go in, hit a few sites, Qom, Natanz, maybe Esfahan. They think they can do it in 5 days with maybe 500 Israeli casualties. I think that's a bit of a fallacy. I think it could kind of open up a regional conflagration, but they are serious, and it is a way of kind of tempering the public.
500 Israeli casualties, that's presuming Iran retaliates.
It would be a response, yeah.
Okay. What would be the purpose of the strike by Israel? What would they want to achieve?
Well, I think they want to delay it a bit. I don't think they can get rid of it. I mean, Director of National Intelligence James Clapper said to Congress this week that he thinks Iran hasn't even made a decision to have a nuclear weapon. I think the bigger issue here is we need an effective nuclear non-proliferation treaty. I think Iran is scared. They're responding to the East with Pakistan's nuclear weapon, India's nuclear weapon. They're responding to the West with Israel's nuclear weapon. I think we need an effective NPT, but I also think we have time. But I think they're trying to delay it or just to intimidate. I think a lot of the language is intimidation right now. It's why Vicki Nuland at the State Department talks about a noose around Iran's neck. It's why Obama talks about devastating and crippling sanctions. So all of it is in the hope that Iran is compliant, but what we're seeing with even Friday prayers today with Khamenei, it's defiance, it's not compliance.
Let's look at some of the consequences. I mean, Iran have already been talking about hitting shipping in the Straits of Hormuz, hitting the oil that's being transported through the Straits. Theoretically, if that would happen, the oil price could go up, and it could go anywhere because, you know, prices of commodities like oil is determined by perception more than the reality of whether there is enough oil in the world or whether there's a shortage of supply, etc. Goes up to $400-500 a barrel. You know, the United States, the recovery's gone. You know, you're back 10 years. Obama, goodbye second term.
Right, so I think Obama would respond to that by taking us to war because a wartime president is often reelected. But to your point about the markets, how they respond to perception, even when Iran said they'd block the Strait of Hormuz, that inspired Saudi Arabia to say, okay, we can respond by fusing new oil into the market, so we'll be fine. And so the dollar per barrel tempered a bit. In terms of American public appetite for war right now, National Journal just had a poll. Only 17% of the American public want a war with Iran. But if it's hitting them at the gas pump, that might change, certainly.
Michael Shank, let's leave it there. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.